Advertising isn't just about selling a product. It's about reshaping your desires. Every image, sound, and slogan is carefully engineered to bypass your logical thinking and appeal directly to your emotions. Advertisers spend billions studying your brain's weaknesses so they can exploit them in ways you won't even notice. Have you ever walked into a store planning to buy one item, but left with a bag full of things you didn't need? That's not accidental. It's the result of psychological strategies used in advertising and store design to override your willpower. Advertisements flood your senses with imagery of wealth, beauty, and success. They create a distorted version of reality where happiness is always one purchase away. This illusion keeps you chasing the next item, always feeling slightly dissatisfied. The dopamine hit you get from buying something is short-lived. But advertisers know that small, repeated hits of pleasure train your brain like a lab rat pressing a lever for sugar. The more you buy, the more you crave. Advertising encourages impulsivity. It doesn't want you to think, it wants you to react. That's why limited time offers, flashing deals, and countdown timers are so common. They hijack your brain's urgency response and make you spend fast. Over time, your brain becomes conditioned. You start associating spending with pleasure and self-worth. The act of purchasing becomes emotional, not practical. It's no longer about what you need, it's about how you feel. Social media ads take this manipulation to a new level. They use your data, your likes, your searches, even your private messages to customize the perfect trap. It's not just advertising anymore. It's psychological warfare. One of the most dangerous effects of advertising is the normalization of debt. Credit cards, buy now pay later schemes, and financing plans are presented as solutions, not problems. They make overspending feel normal. By constantly surrounding you with messages that say you need more, advertising keeps you in a cycle of scarcity. Even if you earn more money, the desire for more grows faster than your income. That's how you stay broke. Breaking free requires awareness. Once you understand how ads are programming your brain, you can start to resist. But awareness alone isn't enough. You need new habits and systems to protect your financial health. Many ads don't sell a product, they sell an identity. They whisper, if you buy this, you'll become this. Whether it's luxury, coolness, or freedom, advertisers tap into your insecurities to sell an upgraded version of you. This identity marketing makes you feel incomplete. You start to believe that you need external things to be enough. And as long as you feel lacking, you'll keep spending to fill the emotional gap. Even your childhood experiences play a role. If you grew up associating love or success with material things, you're more vulnerable to advertising. The brands know this and they exploit it. Colors, music, and even smells are used to manipulate your brain. That familiar jingle or warm lighting in a store isn't random, it's designed to lower your defenses and make you more likely to buy. Scarcity is another powerful trick. When you're told that only 3 items are left, your brain panics and triggers a fear of missing out, FOMO. This fear can override logic and make you buy impulsively. Social proof is also a common strategy. When you see influencers or celebrities using a product, your brain assumes it must be good. You trust them more than ads, so brands turn people into walking billboards. Free trials and no money down offers sound like great deals, but they're psychological traps. Once you start using a product or service, your brain gets attached and canceling feels like a loss. Advertising also exploits your ego. Luxury brands, for example, subtly suggest that not everyone can afford their products. Buying them feels like winning status, and your brain loves that feeling. The more ads you see, the more your baseline shifts. A $5 coffee starts to feel normal, then a $1,000 phone does too. Your brain recalibrates what's reasonable, and your spending habits quietly follow. These manipulations are invisible but powerful. They don't just influence what you buy, they reprogram how you think about money, worth, and happiness. That's why escaping their grip takes more than just willpower. One of the first things advertising does is break your savings habit. Why save money for later when you can treat yourself now? This message gets repeated so often that delayed gratification starts to feel like punishment. Delayed gratification, the ability to wait for a bigger reward later, is one of the strongest predictors of long-term wealth. But advertising flips this on its head, making impulse spending feel rewarding and waiting feel foolish. Another casualty of advertising is budgeting. Budgeting requires discipline and intention, two things that ads try to bypass. If you're constantly reacting to offers and deals, you're not controlling your money is controlling you. Frugality used to be a virtue. Living below your means, avoiding debt, and saving for the future were signs of wisdom. Today, they're portrayed as boring or even selfish. You're told that YOLO is smarter than saving. Advertising glorifies spending, not investing. You rarely see ads encouraging you to build wealth slowly. Why? Because patience doesn't make money for them. Your impulsive decisions do. Minimalism is a growing movement that directly challenges consumerism, so naturally, advertising tries to co-opt it. Now, you'll find ads for minimalist watches, shoes, or phones using simplicity as a new marketing angle. Even when people try to escape consumerism, advertising adapts. It markets anti-consumerism as just another aesthetic. It doesn't matter what you stand for, advertising can find a way to sell it to you. Many people believe they're immune to advertising, but studies show that even those who say ads don't affect them still spend more when exposed to them. Awareness helps, but it doesn't make you bulletproof. That's why building systems, not just discipline, is key. Automating your savings, setting spending limits, and avoiding environments designed to trigger spending are smarter than relying on willpower alone. Financial freedom doesn't come from resisting every ad. It comes from designing a life where your money habits are aligned with your values. Once that happens, advertising loses its grip and you start to win. The first step to breaking free from advertising's grip is awareness. When you begin noticing how ads target your fears and desires, you start reclaiming power over your choices. Start practicing intentional consumption. Before buying anything, ask yourself, do I really need this? Or did an ad make me feel like I do? This simple pause disrupts the autopilot spending mode. Unsubscribe from retail emails and unfollow influencer accounts that constantly push products. Your environment shapes your behavior. If you want to change your spending, change what you're exposed to. Use ad blockers online and mute commercials when watching TV or streaming. You don't owe brands your attention. Guard your mind like your money, because both are valuable. Track your spending for a month. You'll be surprised at how many purchases were influenced by advertising. Identifying patterns is the first step to breaking them. Build a budget that reflects your true priorities. When your money aligns with your goals, not with what ads tell you, you begin to feel more control and peace. Invest in experiences and learning, not just stuff. Unlike physical items that fade, memories and knowledge compound in value over time. Advertising rarely promotes this, but your life will. Teach your kids to question ads. Help them understand that being marketed to is part of life, but that doesn't mean they have to obey it. Critical thinking is a financial skill. Surround yourself with people who value financial growth over flashy spending. Community shapes identity. When your circle normalizes saving and smart choices, it's easier to follow suit. The more you resist mindless consumption, the more you invest in your future. Every dollar not spent on useless things is a dollar that can build your freedom. That's the real reward advertisers hope you'll never see. Modern advertising doesn't just rely on clever slogans, it uses neuroscience. Brands hire behavioral psychologists to design messages that bypass logic and appeal directly to your emotions. These messages often target the limbic system, the part of the brain that governs emotion and memory. When ads make you feel something, you're more likely to act on impulse. The use of scarcity, only 2 left in stock, urgency, limited time offer, and social proof, bestseller, all exploit known psychological triggers. They're not just annoying, they're calculated. Colors, sounds, even font styles are chosen based on studies that test which combinations increase spending. Every element of an ad is designed to influence behavior, not just inform. The repetition of brand names and jingles creates neural pathways. Over time, the mere sight of a logo can trigger desire. This is not accidental, it's the result of millions in research and testing. One defense against this is conscious consumption, deliberately slowing down your decision-making process. When you recognize that your emotions are being manipulated, you regain your autonomy. You can also practice digital fasting, taking breaks from social media and online shopping to recalibrate your brain. The less you're bombarded, the more clearly you can think. Journaling your emotional triggers can also help. Ask yourself, what was I feeling before I made that impulse purchase? Identifying patterns helps you avoid repeating them. Gratitude is another powerful tool. When you focus on what you already have, you're less likely to chase what you don't. Advertising thrives on discontent, gratitude starves it. You don't have to become a monk to protect your brain. Just be intentional. Every time you resist an ad's influence, you strengthen the mental muscles that lead to freedom. Breaking free from the grip of advertising is not about perfection, it's about awareness. Each step you take to question and resist manipulative messaging is a step toward financial freedom. It's okay to occasionally indulge. The goal isn't deprivation, it's consciousness. When you spend intentionally, even the occasional splurge doesn't derail your long-term goals. Remember, every company that advertises to you is trying to get richer off your money. Your job is to decide if that product is worth trading your time and energy for. You don't need to own more to be more. Your worth is not defined by your possessions, and real status comes from inner peace, not outer labels. Take time to clarify your values. What matters most to you? When your money decisions align with those values, you'll feel richer even if you spend less. Financial freedom isn't just about having more money, it's about having more control. And control starts with understanding how others try to take it from you. Don't underestimate your ability to change. Every financial habit was learned and can be unlearned. You are not broken. You've just been programmed by a system that profits when you stay broke. Start small. Say no to one impulse buy. Skip one sale. Ignore one ad. These tiny wins build confidence and momentum. Your brain, just like your wallet, adapts to new habits. Imagine a life where money serves you, not controls you. Where choices come from clarity, not manipulation. That's not a fantasy. It starts with awareness and continues with action. If this video opened your eyes or sparked new thoughts, don't forget to like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more insights on money and mindset. You deserve a life of freedom, and it starts right here.